Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday morning. Everything's cool and warm in your secluded little offices or bedrooms or whatever you do to start your day. The joys of getting up in the morning to walk a few feet to your computer. Okay. And we have two stories for you today. They're both from Bounding into Comics. I don't know why. This website just works for me these days. And the first one's about the Vagrant Queen writer. That's Magdalene Visaggio. And she's doing her best to make people think of certain ideologies she might be associated with. I'll let you guess and figure out which ones those are. So imagine if Anakin Skywalker was an incel. Okay, let's see what she has to say about that. Anakin is a young white guy who's been told he's special for half his life, but now he's 25 and sexually frustrated and angry that he isn't getting the recognition he thinks he deserves, so he immediately falls under the sway of a Nazi. Okay, that didn't actually happen in the movies, but it could. It could have, in her world, of course. So I think every monk would be sexually frustrated, or anyone who's celibate, because that's the practice they have. Quite sure he wasn't under the sway of a Nazi, though. That's definitely not how the Emperor or Chancellor Palpatine was depicted in the movies, in case you are wondering what happened. I know the first two movies were kind of lame. The third one is where they actually lay out some of the problems that Anakin has with the Jedi Council. But when it comes to Anakin and his relationship with Padme, they were pretty much into each other from the beginning, all throughout the second movie, and definitely most of the third movie. Until the end, of course. So, very affectionate together, as we can see. Yeah, honestly, if we look at him as an incel, his whole arc makes so much more sense. Again, no, it doesn't. In her fantasy land, yes, because she's reinventing the story. This is a guy who has been loved by this woman all his life, who he breaks his vows as a Jedi student or a Jedi practitioner to marry her in secret and to have children in secret. So, and yes, the delivery of these lines are pretty bad, where he's like, Padme states, something wonderful has happened. I'm pregnant. He says, that's wonderful. This is a happy moment, the happiest moment of my life. So he seems to be rather happy about the fact he's about to be a dad. And this is the whole point of him turning to the dark side. He wants to protect Padme. That's the whole point of his turning over to the dark side. Yes, there was some influence from the Jedi Council not giving him the respect he deserves, and how the Chancellor made him think that he deserved more. And it's pretty much clear. It's not the best depiction of turning to something evil or becoming evil as a result of something else. It's just that's what we got. It was satisfactory. It didn't do a great job. It did a satisfactory job. It made sense. That's why the third movie is considerably better than the other two, because the things that go on make sense. You go, oh yeah, okay, this is why he's doing what he's doing. It's like, okay, cool. So Anakin only embraces the dark side of the Force and becomes Palpatine's apprentice on one condition: that he helps him save Padme's life. I will do whatever you ask. Just help me save Padme's life. I can't live without her. That seems like a very serious lover or a person who cares about someone. To cheat death is a power only one has achieved, but if we work together, I know we can discover the secret. He's like, yep, we're going to solve this together. You and me as big old Sith buddies. We're gonna help that wife of yours get better and live. So he says, I pledge myself to your teachings. And of course, this never happens because she dies in childbirth, and there was no time. He was incapacitated to even attempt to be near her because, well, he got chopped up by by Ben. The Force is strong with you, a powerful Sith you will become. Henceforth, you should be known as Darth Vader. So at this point, he's already Darth Vader, doing nasty things, all to protect his family. Kind of a horrible way of putting it, because at that point, he's killing children and, well, pretty much the entire Jedi Temple. and just all to save his wife. So that's not exactly incel behavior. He's doing this all for his wife, who is pregnant with his children. He's had his sex. He's doing his thing. Probably not the most effective or logical way, but these are the kinds of people that think this is a better story if they just have some ideology to make it better. And bravo for her making a comic books and getting her comic book onto TV. But you know what? I just watched a little clip here. I don't know if you guys want to see this. This is pretty silly.
Sing for me now, bitch. I can come up with a better one-liner than that. Whatever. I'm gonna work on that.
So it's kind of interesting how you have a writer admit their writing is bad or tongue-in-cheek sort of comedy in that regard. It's self-aware, which is a good first step. I mean, it's like, hey, I can't write. I can't do dialogue. I don't know what these characters are doing. Let's make self-referential humor. Done. Okay, it's a good way to mask your inability to write good dialogue or write good characters or interesting characters. So, bravo, Miss Visaggio. You're not a complete hack. I like it. And here's the second story. And guess who's back in the news? It's Dana Schwartz. For reasons that might be surprising. So she compares the coronavirus to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, and this is a screen captured tweet, so it doesn't exist anymore. She took it down because obviously you got to be a complete idiot to want to make light of what's happening to people by attacking popular media or whatever. It's like, yeah, you probably shouldn't joke around the fact that people are dying and everyone's life is miserable right now. Not the best conversation to have with a person. So her joke is, COVID-19 is going to be like Rise of Skywalker. It's a nightmare. It's going to be a struggle. But then we're going to get to come out of the other side and pretend it never happened. Which is, I mean, I can't disagree there. I mean, it's in bad taste, but that's pretty much how a lot of people think of the movie. It's just a mess. Hopefully it never happened. Also, we're not going to be able to fully grasp what went done without reading a ton of extra literature. Ooch. Ooh, I like that one even better because it goes to show you that the writer of The Rise of Skywalker is the only way we can understand what happened. The writer of the novel of the movie. Of course, these were taken down. So I think I talked about her before, how she was attacking South Park. And just again, another ideologue who puts her foot in her mouth by saying stupid things about the pandemic. Oh, just two wonderful writers just making an ass of themselves because their ideologies are so thick they can't see past their own nose. And it's just a sad state of affairs that we have these writers. But I had a good chuckle. Hope you guys did too. Have yourself a great morning.